Ethan's ship shuddered violently as it descended through the thick atmosphere of the alien moon. Red clouds swirled outside the cockpit, glowing faintly in the dim light of the distant sun. He had seen many strange planets in his career as an explorer, but nothing like this. The readings on his dashboard flashed warnings: engines overheating, power instability, oxygen levels dropping. He pressed the emergency thrusters, but the ship groaned under the stress. Finally, with a loud crash, the ship skidded across a forest of luminous plants. The canopy above was thick, glowing in shades of blue and green. Strange vines curled like snakes, and small floating creatures zipped past the windows, leaving streaks of light behind them. Ethan barely had time to strap himself in before the ship came to a stop. Sparks flew from the damaged hull. He exhaled deeply, trying to calm the panic rising in his chest. This is incredible, he muttered to himself. The panic mixed with awe. He grabbed his survival pack and a small flashlight. Preparing to step outside, the air smelled different, fresh, almost sweet, but tinged with something metallic. Ethan's boots sank slightly into the soft, glowing moss covering the ground. Every sound seemed amplified: the rustle of leaves, the chirping of unseen creatures, the soft hum of energy from the plants themselves. He walked cautiously, scanning the area for shelter. The ship was too damaged to fix quickly, and he knew he couldn't survive the night in the open. After a few minutes, a strange light flickered between the trees. Ethan froze. It was soft at first, like a reflection, but then it grew brighter. From the light, two figures emerged. They looked exactly the same. Small, almost fragile-looking, but with an aura that made Ethan's chest tighten. Their hair was silver, long and flowing, catching the light like liquid metal. Their eyes. He had never seen eyes like that before. Bright, glowing blue, almost as if they were made of energy. And yet they were alive, and they were staring at him. Ethan's heart raced. "Hello?" he stammered, unsure if speaking was safe. The girls didn't move, only tilted their heads slightly, examining him. A strange feeling ran through Ethan: curiosity, fear, and something he couldn't name. Then they spoke. Not separately. Their voices came together, perfectly synchronized. "You belong to us now." Ethan's eyes widened. He stumbled backward, holding up his hands. I don't understand. I'm just a human explorer. I don't belong here. I need to fix my ship. Please, I don't want trouble." The girls didn't speak again. Instead, one of them raised a small hand, and a faint blue light connected from her fingertips to Ethan's chest. A wave of energy pulsed through him. He stumbled, almost falling, but didn't feel pain. Instead, a warmth spread through him, like someone had touched a part of his mind he didn't know existed. "What? What are you doing?" he gasped. The twins' eyes glowed brighter. "We are showing you," they said in unison, their voices soft but commanding. "You cannot leave yet. You cannot survive alone here. You belong with us." Ethan tried to resist, shaking his head. But he realized something terrifying. He couldn't move his legs properly. Not because of fear, but because some invisible force held him. He could still breathe, still move his arms, but his lower body felt heavy, almost rooted to the ground. Who are you?" he asked, voice trembling. "We are Lyra and Naira," they said together. "You have crossed the threshold. Now you are bound to us." Ethan's mind raced. Bound? Threshold. He had been through dangerous missions before, but never anything like this. He scanned the glowing forest, trying to find a way out. But the girls seemed to anticipate his every movement. Every branch that rustled in the wind seemed to bend toward him, guiding him deeper into the forest. "Wait, stop. I just need to repair my ship." Ethan shouted, but his voice sounded small, swallowed by the vast forest. The twins stepped closer. Their movements were fluid, almost floating, and each step made the glowing moss light up beneath their feet. Ethan noticed the forest seemed to respond to them. Flowers that had been closed opened slowly, vines shifted like they were alive, and the air itself seemed to hum with energy. "You will not leave until we say so," Lyra said. Naira's voice echoed the words perfectly. But you will not be harmed. You are chosen. Chosen. Chosen for what? Ethan asked, fear now mixing with curiosity. He had faced hostile aliens before, but these didn't feel hostile. Not really. Just powerful and certain. Lyra tilted her head. Your arrival was foretold long ago. We have waited for you. Ethan blinked. Waited for me? I'm just a human. Why would anyone wait for me? Naira smiled slightly, a small, mysterious smile. Because you are unlike any human they have seen. You carry something special, something we need. Ethan swallowed hard. He had always thought humans were small and fragile compared to alien species, but the twins made him feel capable. Almost as if being here was part of something bigger. The twins began walking, and Ethan realized he had no choice but to follow. The invisible force that had rooted him now guided him along a path he couldn't see. The forest opened into a clearing where a structure rose from the ground. It was unlike any building Ethan had ever seen. Crystal towers glimmered in soft light, and bridges of energy connected them. It was beautiful, alien, and alive. This is your home? Ethan asked, awe in his voice. Yes, they said in unison. This is where you will stay. This is where you belong. Ethan hesitated. He wanted to run, to escape, but something inside him, something he couldn't explain, urged him forward. He took a cautious step into the city. The twins led him through streets of crystal and light, but there were no other beings in sight. Everything seemed still, waiting. Finally, they stopped at a large, open chamber. The walls were made of translucent crystal, glowing softly from within. The floor pulsed faintly, like the heartbeat of the city itself. You will rest here, Lyra said, gesturing to a small platform made of crystal. Tomorrow, we will explain more. Tonight, you must recover. Ethan sat on the platform, still trying to process everything. His heart was pounding, his mind spinning. The twins stood across from him, watching as if guarding him. Will I be safe here? He asked quietly. Yes, they said together. You are safe. But you must understand, you cannot leave yet. The forest, the city, the threshold, it will not allow it. Ethan leaned back, looking up at the glowing ceiling. Stars from outside shone faintly through cracks in the crystal. The twins' presence was comforting and unsettling at the same time. He didn't understand why, but he felt a strange connection forming, as his eyelids grew heavy. He realized that this moon, this city, these girls, everything was part of something much larger than he had ever imagined. Something ancient, something powerful, and somehow, he knew that his life was about to change forever. Ethan awoke to a soft glow surrounding him. The crystalline chamber he had slept in seemed alive, the walls shimmering gently as if breathing. For a moment, he thought he might still be dreaming. But the twin girls, Lyra and Naira, were there, standing silently across the room, watching him carefully. You're awake, Lyra said, her voice calm and musical, perfectly in sync with Naira. Good. You must be hungry, tired and confused. I am, Ethan admitted, rubbing his eyes. Everything here. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Naira stepped closer, her glowing eyes observing him intently. You crossed the threshold, human. That threshold is not just a line on the ground. It is a bond. You entered our world. Now you are connected to it. Ethan sat up slowly. Connected? I don't understand. I just want to fix my ship and leave. I'm not meant to be part of anything else. Lyra shook her head, her silver hair catching the soft glow of the crystal walls. You cannot leave. Not yet. This place, this city, the forest, it will not allow it. It senses you, human. It will protect you, and it will bind you. You are chosen to stay, at least for now. Ethan felt a mix of fear and curiosity. Chosen? Chosen for what? Naira's expression softened. We will explain. But first, you must understand the rules of our world. She raised her hand, and a holographic projection appeared above the crystal floor. The image showed the forest, the glowing city, and a thin, invisible line circling the area. Ethan realized the threshold was not a physical barrier, but something more. This line, Lyra explained, pointing to the projection, is the boundary between your world and ours. Humans cannot cross it without being bound. The forest, the city, even the air itself will prevent you from leaving. Ethan swallowed hard. Bound, you mean? I'm trapped. Lyra shook her head. Not trapped, protected. The forest will keep you safe. The city will guide you. But until the bond is complete, you cannot return to your ship or leave the area. He took a deep breath. And what is the bond exactly? Nyra stepped forward and placed a hand over Ethan's chest. A faint warmth spread through him, gentle but insistent. The bond is a connection between your mind and the energies of our world. It links you to us, and to the city, and to the forest. It is not harmful. It is necessary. Ethan felt a strange calm wash over him. He could still move, breathe, and speak. But there was an undeniable pull, a sense that he was part of something larger, something alive. Why me? He asked quietly. Why did the forest choose me? Lyra and Nyra looked at each other, then back at him. Because you are not like other humans. You carry something rare, something that resonates with our energy. The forest sensed it. Our people have waited for someone like you for generations. Ethan felt a shiver run down his spine. Generations. That's impossible. I'm just an explorer. Nyra smiled softly. Not just an explorer, a human capable of understanding, protecting, and strengthening. You have the courage and the mind that our people need. Ethan's thoughts raced. He had faced dangerous alien species before, navigated uncharted planets, and survived countless emergencies. But this was different. This was not about survival alone. It was about purpose, destiny, and a bond he couldn't fully understand yet. The twins led him out of the chamber into the city. The streets were empty but glowing with soft energy. The towers of crystal shimmered like liquid light, and the bridges of energy seemed almost alive, pulsing gently as they walked across. Ethan noticed that the city responded to their presence. The lights brightened slightly. The air hummed with energy, and the plants along the streets leaned toward them. Why is the city alive? Ethan asked, amazed. Lyra glanced at him. Our city is not just stone and crystal. It is an extension of the forest's energy. It breathes, thinks, and reacts. It will protect those who are bound, and it will warn of danger. As they walked, Ethan realized the twins were guiding him somewhere, not just through the city, but deeper into the secrets of their world. The energy in the air seemed to wrap around him, and he felt stronger, more aware. He could sense the flow of energy around him, a subtle pulse of life in every plant and crystal. Finally, they arrived at a large chamber at the center of the city. The walls were taller than any building Ethan had ever seen, made entirely of crystal that seemed to vibrate gently. In the center was a platform, glowing with soft blue light. This is the heart of our city, Nyra explained. Here, the bond will be completed. Here, you will connect fully to the forest and to us. Ethan hesitated, unsure if he was ready. And if I don't... Lyra's voice was firm but gentle. The bond will complete itself. The forest will not allow you to leave without it. Resisting is only temporary. It is better to understand it willingly than to struggle against it blindly. Ethan looked around. The chamber seemed alive, vibrating with energy he could feel in his chest. He realized there was no escape and perhaps no reason to escape. The twins had been right. The forest, the city, the threshold, they were all part of something larger, something he might belong to. Okay, he said finally, his voice steady. I'll do it. I want to understand. The twins smiled, their faces reflecting both relief and anticipation. Good, they said together. Then you will see what it means to be bound. You will see the strength of our world and the truth of your place here. They guided him onto the glowing platform. A circle of light surrounded him, and the energy from the city and the forest flowed into him. At first, it was subtle, a warmth, a tingle. Then it grew stronger, more intense, connecting him to every crystal, every plant, every glowing creature he had seen. He felt the pulse of the city, the breath of the forest, the rhythm of life itself. Images flashed in his mind, visions of the twin girls' ancestors. The forest defending itself against threats, the city growing and thriving for generations. Ethan realized he was seeing the history of the place, feeling the lives of those who had lived here before him. "This is incredible," he whispered. I can feel everything," Lyra nodded. "Yes. And now you understand why you were chosen. You are connected to us, to the forest, and to the city. You are part of this world." Ethan felt a mixture of awe and responsibility. He had come to this planet as a stranded explorer, uncertain and afraid. Now he was part of something ancient and powerful. The bond was not just about control, it was about protection, understanding, and shared purpose. As the energy settled, Ethan felt the twins' presence even more strongly. He realized they were not just guiding him, they were linked to him, sharing thoughts, emotions, and understanding. It was strange, overwhelming, and comforting all at once. "You are bound," Nyra said softly. "But you are free within this bond. You may move, speak, and think, but you are connected. That connection is the key to our survival, and to your purpose here." Ethan took a deep breath, letting the energy flow through him. For the first time since his ship crashed, he felt a sense of calm. The fear and panic that had gripped him were replaced by curiosity and resolve. He was still human, still himself, but now part of a world far greater than he had imagined. The twins led him off the platform and into a quiet area of the city where soft light bathed the crystal streets. They moved as one, their presence comforting yet powerful. Ethan realized that this was only the beginning. The bond had connected him, but there was so much more to learn. So much more to understand about the twins, their people, and the dangers their world faced. He looked at them, a mixture of gratitude and awe in his eyes. "Thank you," he said quietly, for helping me understand. I think I belong here, at least for now." Lyra and Nyra exchanged a glance, then smiled at him in perfect unison. "You do," they said. "And soon you will see why your presence matters more than you can imagine." Ethan followed them through the glowing streets, feeling the energy of the city around him. The forest outside the city walls hummed faintly, a gentle reminder that he was part of something alive, something that had waited for him for generations. He knew the bond was only the first step, and that his journey was just beginning. But for the first time since his crash, he felt hope, purpose, and a sense of belonging he had never known before. The twin girls led him to a quiet chamber where he could rest. And Ethan realized that sleep would come easier now. The fear of the unknown had faded slightly, replaced by wonder, curiosity, and a quiet determination to face whatever this world had in store for him as he closed his eyes. He felt the bond hum gently in his chest, a reminder that he was no longer just a human stranded on an alien moon. He was part of something larger, something alive, and something that needed him, and he knew deep down that his life would never be the same again. Ethan woke to the soft hum of the crystalline city around him. The energy of the forest and the city pulsed gently through his chest, a constant reminder of the bond he now shared with Lyra and Nyra. For a moment, he simply lay on the glowing platform, letting his mind adjust to the strange sensations that flowed through him. The bond was not painful, but it was powerful. He could feel the life of the city, the pulse of the forest, and the presence of the twin girls as if they were extensions of his own senses. After a few minutes, the twins arrived, moving in perfect unison. "You slept well," Lyra said, her voice calm and soothing. "It is important to rest before you begin to understand everything." Ethan sat up slowly. I feel different," he admitted. "The bond. It's like I can sense things I didn't notice before. The city, the forest, even you too. It's strange." Nyra nodded. "Yes. That is the connection growing stronger. You are not just a visitor. You are linked to us. And the connection allows you to see the world as we do. Ethan took a deep breath, trying to process everything. Linked how exactly? I can feel it, but I don't understand what it means. Lyra and Naira exchanged a glance. It is time you understand the truth, Lyra said. We are not ordinary beings. We are twins, yes. But we are also one. Two bodies. One consciousness. Our minds are connected always. And now you are connected to us as well. Ethan blinked. One consciousness, you mean? You think together? Naira nodded. More than that. We share thoughts, emotions, and knowledge. Separately, we are incomplete. Together, we are whole. And now, your presence strengthens us. Ethan felt a shiver run down his spine. Strengthens you? How? I'm just me. Yep. I don't have powers like you. Lyra's glowing eyes softened. Not like ours, perhaps? But your mind resonates with our energy. Your presence amplifies our abilities. It is rare among humans. We have waited a long time for someone like you. Ethan tried to wrap his mind around it. He had always believed humans were fragile compared to alien species. But here he realized his very nature, his mind. His courage, his resilience, was valuable in ways he could never have imagined. Why would you need me? He asked quietly. I mean, why not find someone from your own kind? Naira's expression turned serious. Our people have been hunted for centuries. An ancient enemy seeks to destroy the forest, the city, and us. Their attacks are relentless, and their power is strong. We are the last defenders. Alone, we would not survive. With you, we have a chance. Ethan felt a weight settle on his shoulders. He had faced danger before, but never responsibility of this magnitude. An enemy? He whispered. What kind of enemy? Lyra gestured toward the city's glowing streets. They are shadows, energy-eating creatures. They do not breathe, do not sleep, and do not feel. They destroy everything they touch. Our forest and city have kept them at bay for generations, but the time is coming when even our powers may not be enough. Ethan's chest tightened. So, they're coming? Naira nodded. Soon, that is why your presence matters. Your human mind is different. It adapts, thinks creatively. You can see patterns we cannot. You can help us survive. Ethan's heart pounded. I don't know if I can do that. I'm just one person. Lyra stepped closer, placing a hand lightly on his shoulder. One person can change the course of destiny. Your courage, your mind, your presence, it is the key. That is why you are bound to us. That is why you belong here. For a long moment, Ethan simply stared at them, trying to understand the depth of what they were telling him. The bond had made him stronger, more aware, and more capable. But now he realized it was not just about Heimat, it was about protecting the twins, their people, and this entire world. Then, what do I need to do? He asked finally. Naira smiled faintly. For now, observe, learn, and understand. Tomorrow, we will begin training. You must learn how to use your connection to us, to the city, to the forest. You will see what you are capable of. But first, you must know the truth about us. Lyra motioned for him to follow. They led him through winding streets of glowing crystal and energy bridges. Ethan noticed that the city seemed more alive than ever. The walls pulsed, responding to his presence. The forest beyond the city shimmered with protective energy, almost as if it were watching them. Finally, they stopped at a high tower in the center of the city. From there, the entire glowing forest stretched before them, endless and alive. The city beneath them sparkled like a web of stars. Ethan felt a strange sense of awe. He had seen many worlds, but nothing like this. Lyra turned to him. You see this? This is our world. Our people, our ancestors, and the forest itself have built this place over centuries. It is alive, aware, and protective. And now you are part of it. Ethan swallowed hard. It's beautiful. But I still don't understand how I fit in. How can one human help all of this? Naira stepped forward, placing her hand on his chest again. The warmth spread through him, and for a moment, he felt their combined presence as if it were a force around him. You fit because the bond is not just energy. It is understanding, empathy, and creativity. You see things differently than we do. You notice what we cannot. And in that there is power. Ethan felt a surge of energy, and suddenly he understood in a way words could not describe. The forest, the city, and the twins were all connected. He was now a part of that connection. His mind could sense it, feel it, and contribute to it. So, you're saying I'm part of you? He asked cautiously. Lyra nodded. Yes. Not as a replacement, but as a complement. Together we are stronger. Alone, we would not survive what is coming. The twins led him down the tower and into a private chamber filled with soft glowing crystals. Here, Ethan could feel the bond most strongly. He realized he could sense the twins' emotions, hear their thoughts faintly, and even anticipate their actions. It was strange, almost overwhelming, but also empowering. You will not lose yourself, Naira assured him. You remain human, still yourself. But the bond will allow you to share thoughts, anticipate danger, and strengthen us. It is a gift, not a cage. Ethan took a deep breath, letting the warmth flow through him. I think I understand, but it's a lot to take in. Lyra smiled. Yes, and there is more. You must know the greatest secret of the twins. Ethan's eyes widened. Secret Naira nodded. We are not just two sisters. We were born to be one consciousness split into two bodies. Alone, each of us is incomplete. Together, we are whole. That is why your presence is needed. Your human mind helps stabilize our combined power, strengthens our connection, and allows us to reach our full potential. Ethan felt the weight of responsibility settle over him. So, I'm not just helping you survive. I'm helping you be complete. Lyra nodded. Exactly. And soon, you will see why that completeness matters more than anything. For hours, they explained the history of their people, how they had thrived in the forest for generations, how the city had grown from energy and crystal, and how the ancient enemy had always hunted them. Ethan listened intently, absorbing every detail. He realized that his arrival was not by accident. He had been drawn here for a reason. The bond he shared with the twins was the key to everything. As the sun or what passed for a son on this moonset, Ethan felt a strange mix of fear and excitement. He was no longer just a stranded human. He was part of something alive, ancient, and powerful. He could feel the twins' combined consciousness, sense the city's energy, and even feel the rhythm of the forest. You will learn, Lyra said softly, how to use your connection. You will see what humans are capable of, even in worlds far beyond their own, and you will help us survive what is coming. Ethan nodded, determination settling in his chest. He did not fully understand what lay ahead, but he knew one thing. He would face it. With the twins, the city, and the forest by his side, he felt ready for anything. As he lay down to rest that night, the bond pulsed gently through him. It was no longer strange or overwhelming. It was comforting, guiding, and full of possibility. He was part of something larger, something ancient, something that had waited for him for generations. And he knew that his journey and the secrets of the twins were only beginning.